Hi, I'm Dana. Today I'm going to share with you some of my little secrets, my little tips and tricks, my hacks of how I cope with my anxiety. I don't cope with it super well. I'm not going to lie to you, this isn't some sort of cure-all. This isn't how to get rid of anxiety because I don't know how to do that. If you do, please let me know. But these are the little ways where I just make it a bit easier for myself when I can. Because I think we should all be kind to ourselves, and I really struggle with being kind to myself. But I don't deserve to feel anxious all the time. So these are the little things I do to stop feeling anxious all the time. Now, I am marking it as like hashtag ad because quite a few of the products have been sent to me, which is insane. But they haven't been sent to me like to do this video. They haven't been sent to me as like, this is my opinion and my thoughts and they're products that I now like actually use. It's not just they send me it and now I need to shove it into a video. Like I genuinely like these products and I wouldn't talk about them otherwise. So that being said, let's get into it. First things first, karma. You've all heard me talk about Flare Audio. I'll link them here because I have two videos where I've gone like into detail on how amazing these are. And they've recently brought out new fun colours. That's why these are still in the packaging. They've got fun colours now and not just, not just, but they have like black, grey and transparent, I think. And now they've got like teal and blue and I enjoy a bit of colour. But they basically just filter out some of the frequencies that can bother people, the noises that sort of grind on you that you can't ignore. They don't completely remove them, you can still hear really, really well in them. But they filter out a lot of frequencies and they're very, very calming. They're called Karma for a reason and they really do calm me down. I mostly use them when I'm out and about. They're really great on public transport and things like that because you can still hear everything that's going on, but none of it's as bad. However, I do also wear them just around the house on the day-to-day sometimes when I'm having like an especially bad day because they do just make you feel a little bit calmer, It's not a magical cure, it's not taking everything away and making everything better, but it's better than not having them. And another thing I use out and about on the day-to-day, normally alongside Karma, is a Tangle. I got this in the works for about £3 several years ago. And it's just a very nice stim thing, it feels nice, it's this smooth plastic, you can pop it off, you can snap it back together. And personally, I tend to just sort of wrap it around my fingers and like play with it. But it just, really, it's a great grounding thing, I get really overwhelmed by a lot of things and it just gives you something to sort of like, my brain gets pulled to this for a bit and I don't have to be so focused on all the things that are making me anxious, it just calms my thoughts down a little bit. I really like this. I know it's meant for like teething toddlers, but I think it's an absolutely fantastic fidget toy. And I'd like more, to be honest. I've seen like different sized ones. I don't want to have the massive ones, but I would like some more of these in all honesty. I think they're really great. This is another product that got sent to me very, very kindly from CB Diablo, which, brilliant name. They make CBD products and I have found CBD incredibly helpful when it comes to anxiety. It's absolutely 100% the product that works the best. I've tried a bunch of different brands because CBD is quite expensive. I do feel kind of bad recommending it when I've never bought one myself because I can't afford it. I've just been sent them by different brands very, very kindly. It sucks when things like this are completely out of like your budget and you can't afford them. It's really fucking shitty. But I'm very fortunate to have been sent some, so I'm not going to not talk about it, And if you can afford it, I would give it a go, because it's so simple. Like I don't take more than 2 drops of oil at a time. I usually only do that. Like it says you can do it on the day-to-day for like general help. I personally, it's when I start feeling the anxiety sneak up, I'll like take a few drops. The effect is unbelievable, quite frankly. I've had times, especially, they also sent me some CBD gummies, which I was incredibly excited about because I haven't been able to find any vegan ones before. Holy shit. Like, holy shit. I had like 2 of these the other night. I forgot I was anxious half an hour later. I was just living my life. It was insane. Like, I did not feel any anxiety after having them. And admittedly, like, I didn't have to do anything, I wasn't anxious about anything at the time. I was just having a very anxious night, but they completely took it away. I think that like, not to get controversial here, but I think CBD and even THC products and products involving marijuana I think they're fantastic for anxiety. I find them really, really helpful. But CB Diablo's oil is my favourite one I've tried yet, because they've all had a great effect. I've not had an oil that's had like a bad effect on me yet. I've really enjoyed every product that I've been sent, you know, they've been really helpful. I'm not trying to like shit on the others I've used to big this one up, but this one tastes by far the least worst. Notice how I don't say it tastes the best, because they don't taste good, okay? Like, fair enough, flavours, like, taste buds vary, you might like really like it. But I think that CBD oils taste minging. I really don't like them. I think they're really gross. But this one is not as bad. It's a much, like, it's quite a subtle flavour compared to others that I've tried, and it goes really quickly. Like, I've had some others that leave you with the aftertaste of it for like 20 minutes or longer. This one's like, you have it and it's gone like a minute later, along with your anxiety. Really quickly, I don't want this whole video to just be about CB Diablo, but they do also donate like 20% of their proceeds to various mental health charities and in support of Calm, in aid of the campaign against living miserably. So I really love that they actually care about mental health and using these products to assist people with mental health, and even using their profits to assist people with mental health, you know? I just think it's a really good company. I like the products they're making, and they sent it in this cute little baggie. It's very rustic. I don't know. I enjoy that a lot. Another way I reduce my anxiety is I use a lot of mantras. I feel so cringy white girl saying mantras, because it just feels like something Buddhist, perhaps. I don't know. It feels like something that white girls don't need to be involved in. But I don't know what else to call them, so we're going with mantras. And it's literally just, I'll choose a sentence. Sometimes, more often than not, it's something that my boyfriend said to me, because I find my boyfriend very comforting. He helps me a lot. And he'll say something along the lines of like, it's all going to be okay, you don't need to worry so much. Which is, we've all been annoyed by things like that at some point. So instead of being like, no, I'm not, I don't want to worry, it's not my fault, you know, like I have in the past, I take that and I like repeat it in my head in his voice. And that helps a lot. If I'm out and about on my own, the one that I like go for is, I've done this before, I'll do it again, and I can do it now. And I'll just repeat that to myself like over and over. And you know, it doesn't work if it's something you haven't done before. You'll need to find something else for that. But just having like a little phrase in your head repeating, might just be echolalia, maybe it's nothing to do with my anxiety, maybe it's just autism. But I found it to be, you know, it doesn't take away my anxiety, but it gets me through whatever is causing the anxiety. And that, sometimes that's the best you can hope for. It's got me through a lot. I also have a lot of anxious stims. And I think that stimming is something that more people should do who aren't autistic if you have anxiety. Because, I mean, it's easy for me to say because I am also autistic, so obviously stimming is going to be like a good thing for me. But I think that a lot of anxiety is just energy that you don't know what to do with, perhaps, especially when it's for no reason. You know, like if it's, I have to do this and I'm anxious about it, then fair enough. But especially when I'm just like, I don't have to do anything tonight or tomorrow. I don't know when my next arrangement it actually is. I've got nothing to be anxious about. I'm having a nice time and I'm anxious. You know, I feel like that's just energy that's left over from like maybe when I've been overwhelmed or underwhelmed or like something. So I find that stimming really helps to get it out. You know, and as someone who is late diagnosed autistic, I've very much had to like sort of rediscover how to stim. And a lot of the time it can feel quite fake. But when I'm anxious especially, it's the leg jiggle's the one I do in public. I do a lot of just bouncing my legs. And I've always done that. And I find that sort of channels my anxiety and allows me to cope with it. You know, it doesn't lessen it, it doesn't take it away, but it makes it easier to manage. And more recently, I've ended up doing like the very typical autistic hand flapping. Like, I don't want to show you because I feel weird just doing it out of the blue. But you know what I mean when I say the autistic hand flaps. You know what it is. I've never been someone, I don't remember being someone that's ever done it out of excitement, although I know that I had lots of stims that I got forced out of me as a child. But yeah, recently, hand flapping, I feel less anxious after I've done it. Like, it really does like send some of the anxiety away. You know, I don't like to get too into like new age stuff, but I did grow up with parents that were very into it. And I do believe that there's like energy that can't be destroyed and that you can like get rid of it still. And you know, like the motion of flapping your hands is basically like flicking something away, isn't it? And yeah, it sounds crazy. I'm not like that into it, you know, like I do think it's a little bit of a weird one. But it helps me to just think that while I'm doing it, I'm like flicking the anxious energy away. I'm getting rid of, like, I may as well just say the bad vibes, doesn't matter the way I'm going. I think it's one of them where, like, you can think things are as crazy as you want, but if they help, then it's fine, you know? Like, I don't believe crystals are helping anyone. I don't think carrying rose quartz in your wallet or whatever is going to make someone fall in love with you. But I'm not going to shit on anyone if they think it helps. You use your pretty rocks. I don't care. And it's the same with this. Like, I do know it sounds a little bit out there, but it helps. More recently, one of the big things I've been doing, which is super scary, but I think really helpful for, like, my development as a person, is just settling into the anxiety. You know, this applies exclusively to when it's like a situation where I'm aware I'm anxious. I don't think it'd be at all good for me to just settle into being anxious when there's no reason to be. I think that'd be really unhealthy, actually. But when I know why I'm anxious, say I'm in a social situation, you know, I'm anxious, I just try to sort of like, okay, this is the moment, I'm really anxious. The absolute worst thing that could happen probably won't happen, because the worst thing never does. And all the stuff in the middle, it's not that bad, is it? Because it's just in the middle, it's not the worst thing that could happen. So I'm just going to take a breath and, like, force my muscles to relax a bit. Always have to unclench my jaw when I don't even realise I'm doing it, and then suddenly I'm like, oh, my jaw is very tight. And I just try to, like, relax my body and imagine myself, like, relaxing in to become, like, part with the tangled web of my anxiety that I imagine it to be. It, again, sounds a little bit batty, doesn't it? That's the thing with mental health. A lot of things sound very bizarre and out there, but if they help, they help. So often I see my anxiety as like a separate part of myself, when it's reality, it's not. It's part of my brain, you know, it's part of me, unfortunately. And I think that finally just settling in and being like, it is a part of me. It's not some added thing that's been given to me that's holding me back or sabotaging me. It's a part of myself, and I need to learn to relax into it and work with it more. And it's really difficult. It's really, really hard. But I do think it helps, and I think in the long run it'll really help. You know, like right now it is kind of just really difficult. But it does mean that I've also enjoyed some situations more than I would have. You know, like a big example is that I went to a open mic night recently with a few people, and I don't like being around bar environments. I don't like drunk people. I don't really like being around drunk men particularly. I didn't really expect myself to enjoy it, you know, like loud music, random people. It's not my scene, but I really wanted to enjoy it because I really liked the people I was with. So I went and I was like, I'm just gonna focus on the moment, focus on what I'm doing, you know, be one with my anxiety. And I really enjoyed it. Like, there were definitely moments where I was like, oh, my anxiety's high. But there were also times that I, like, forgot to be anxious because I was, like, really able to focus on the moment and focus on the people I was with. And it was really, really nice. And it wasn't something I've done in a very, very long time, is just be able to enjoy myself. And it was amazing. It was, like, I'm downplaying it, being like, oh, it's nice. It was absolutely fucking incredible. It was one of the best nights that I've had in years. And I really think that I have figured something out here that's actually going to help in the long run. Hopefully. We'll see. So that's what I'm going to share with you for now. Because a lot of my anxiety coping mechanisms aren't the healthiest, I won't lie to you. And I think that's, you know, I think that's a lot of us. If you've got anxiety, a lot of our coping mechanisms for a lot of mental health things aren't all that healthy. So hopefully I've given you a few things that you can maybe replace some unhealthy things with. If you wanted to leave me a comment letting me know how you cope with your anxiety and what you might do differently to me or what I don't know about yet, I'd really like that. And, you know, like, let's all just help each other out a bit. Like, I'm so sick of feeling like I can't do anything or go anywhere or see anyone because of my anxiety. It's not fair, is my big one. You know, why should I have to feel like that about things? I don't want to. And, you know, I've been working on managing it for a long time, but I think it's only recently that I've worked on trying to get it to go away a bit. It's difficult when you've, like, had something since childhood, isn't it? Because it feels like so intrinsically a part of who I am, and yet it's also this, like, separate part where I don't see it as a part of me, even though it is. But, you know, we've got to learn these things. Sure, if I'd learned this 4 years ago, I'd probably be a bit further ahead than I am now. But you learn things when you learn things. And as long as you actually learn things and pick up on things and try your best to become a better version of yourself and all that junk, then I think we're doing fine. And, you know, at the very least, I'm trying my best. Also, for any regulars, I have gotten a new couch and it's absolutely amazing. It's the best couch I've ever owned. I'm incredibly happy with it. Got it for 80 quid off Facebook Marketplace. Absolute bargain for what it is. The woman was dead lovely and I'm very happy with it. So this is the new background. Huge change. We've gone from one grey couch to this grey couch. But yeah, that's my video. I've said what I wanted to say. So whoever you are whoever you are, wherever you are, I hope you're having a lovely morning, evening, day, afternoon, week, month, year, and I'll see you again in a few days.